Hi, this is Carl Gould. How do you become a master of rapport and influence? First off, do you know what builds rapport? Do you know what influences another person? By the way, what moves you to taking action? You know, there's a whole psychology to influence, to persuasion, to selling. I mean, imagine you look at this building, there's wires all through the walls, and you know that if you hit a button, a light comes on. Well, people are the same way. And how you become a master of rapport and influence is to understand how other people are wired. And there's a whole psychology to understanding how people are wired for influence and taking action. And you can become an even greater person of persuasion and influence once you understand these techniques and this psychology, this way of thinking. So what if you knew the secret to building and maintaining rapport and influence with anyone you will ever meet? Would that help your business? Would that help your relationships? Would that help you in your life more? Well, surely it would if you can build rapport and impact and influence the people that are around you at an even greater level. Doesn't that make sense? Are there some people that you find you just click with? Some people you don't? Some people it seems so easy to talk to and work with, and some people where it's much more difficult. Okay, that is because you're not connecting at the level that you need for influence and persuasion. By the way, do you still believe that opposites attract? As you can see, we are going to dispel a number of myths in the presentation. Because what I'm here to show you is I'm here to teach you and show you that at the core of your being, there is a way that you take action and there is a way you don't take action. And everybody has their own little formula. And once you decode someone else's formula, you now have the key of what drives them to action and what drives them to inaction. And clearly you want to drive people to action, right? Well, we're also going to talk about selling. Did you know that a sale happens in 8 seconds? You decide, or I decide, the consumer decides within 8 seconds or less whether or not they're going to do business with you or not. And how you handle that first 8 seconds, that will determine your success and your impact on another person. So in order to become a master of rapport and influence, you need to learn how to close a deal and manage that first 8 seconds. You need to be able to convert objections into issues. Right? You've heard the sales technique. All objections are a buying signal. Not when they're still objections, they're not. You need to first convert them to issues, then you can deal with issues. You can't deal with objections. You also need to learn how to communicate with impact and be a person of persuasion. How to persuade others to your point of view. Be it selling a product, be it getting an idea across, be it leading your organization. Because let's face it, you already are a leader. People rely on you, both your employees and their families, your family, your direct family, plus your wife and your children, or your husband and your kids. So you need to become even more influential because the stakes are too high. Wherever you are now, there is a next level, and you need to explore that next level. You need to raise your standard. So let me give you a couple simple tools that you can use between now and the next time that we get a chance to meet with each other. So first off, how people size you up. Have you ever heard people make a first impression? And that first impression needs to be a lasting impression. Well, what I'm here to tell you is you can make a first impression and you can also change somebody's first impression over time. Here are the mechanics of a first impression. Anytime you are with somebody, there are 2 languages going on in the room. There is the body language and there is the verbal language. These 2 languages you need to have in synchronicity, or what we call congruence. You need to be congruent, meaning your body and your actions match your words. And here's how it plays out. You've got the words that you use. This is what formulates these 2 languages. Then it's your voice. How you you say what you say. Then there's something called your physiology. But to make it easy, your posture, how you carry yourself, how you stand, the gestures you use or not. That is what helps make a very powerful first impression. Now, in the meantime, in order to increase your sales, you need to sell to the highest priority of the person who's buying. Because everybody has their mental checklist that they go through before they make a purchase decision. And you've heard it. You need to have 7 touches, or 9 touches, or 14 touches. But you know what the reality is? Everybody you know, including you, has bought something on the first meeting. You've gone into a restaurant and you've made a decision. You fell in love at the first sight. You've kissed on the first date. Everybody has bought right away. And it's because something fed your highest priority. So, going forward, between now and the next time that we meet, what I want you to do is use this question whenever you're talking to one of your potential customers or existing customers. Say to them, or ask them, what is most important to you in blank? Meaning, what is most important to you in working with us? What is most important to you in customer service? What is most important to you in making a buying decision today? What is the most important thing to you in the way that you're treated, or whether you would come back or not? And the answer to that question will be the customer's highest priority. And you can then formulate your product or service to meet the need of that highest priority. If you can handle people's highest need, what is most important to them, you are well on your way to being a person of influence, you're building rapport, and you are becoming a master of rapport and influence. I look forward to the next time that we get a chance to be with each other. And again, my name is Carl Gould, and we're talking about how to become a master of rapport and influence.